For this example, we use proportions and cross multiplication to solve the following problem. 35% of 80 is what number? First, we write down the generic proportion is over of equals percent over 100. We always use the percentage to replace the percent over 100 in the proportion. So in this problem, 35% gives us 35 over 100. Next, we examine the problem statement to determine which number is the part, typically associated with the word is, or another similar verb, and which number is the whole, associated with the word of. This can be tricky sometimes. For example, since 35% replaced the percent over 100 in the proportion, it cannot be associated with of. So we look at the number 80 in the question, 35% of 80 is what number? 80 is next to the word of and next to the word is. But if we associate 80 with the word is, we have nothing left to apply to the word of. So looking at 35% of 80 is what number, we realize that we must make the following associations. Associate 80 with of, the whole, and associate what number with is, the part. So we have converted the percentage problem, 35% of 80 is what number, to the proportion x over 80 equals 35 over 100. Now we need to solve the proportion using cross multiplication. Please keep in mind that we can only cross multiply when we have an equation with a single fraction on each side of the equal sign. To cross multiply, we multiply up and across the equal sign to get 100 times x equals, and then multiply up and across the equal sign in the other direction to get 35 times 80. Now we just have to solve the equation 100 times x equals 35 times 80. First, we simplify the right side of the equation by performing the multiplication. Now we have 100 times x equals 2,800. To isolate x, we divide both sides by 100 to get x equals 2,800 divided by 100. We perform the division to obtain the solution x equals 28. So 35% of 80 is 28. You can verify the answer is correct by calculating 35% of 80 to see if you do indeed get 28.